Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, yeah. Them fully guard up and them quick fi execute, yeah. Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, yeah. The one will laugh, I'm same one of the shooter. Watching them, this is Ras Tafari representing for the Lion Voice Network. This is the time when the lion gets to tell our own story. Haile Selassie.
I'm Nana Farika. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
I'm recognizing slowly that this is becoming, this platform, the Lion Voice Network, is becoming a centralization hub, a leading voice throughout the globe for Rastafari brethren. In particular, we have 75% male viewership, according to the analytics, 25% female. Big up all of my sister in them. So I want to focus on the brethren them today, because the responsibility of leadership falls on the shoulders of the brethren, the fathers, the husbands, the grandfathers of any society. That's your leadership, your warrior class. And we're not saying that sister in them cannot lead. However, the responsibility falls upon I and I. We can't look to anyone else. Every nation, kindred, and tongue, if you look, you will see the leading brethren, charting a course on the battlefield and off the battlefield for their respective culture. So we can't go around that. I am number one for female and woman's empowerment. Sister empowerment. I'm number one. We have the most Rastafari sister voices on the planet, on this platform. However, again, I always say I don't absolve the brethren of any responsibility. I can't look to my sister in them if I see that there are flaws in the family. The sister in them have to take accountability for those and fix. I have to look to I self. I have to look to I brethren and say, brethren, what are we doing?
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
Put it out for the youth. Yeah. Free higher gift. Freedom. Focus. Preparation. Determination. Yeah. That's the key to redemption. Haile Selassie, I'm a Gideon. Hey yo, this is for the people who stay in court with either criminal cases or child support. It's either entertainment or go play sports. That's the choice that them give you when your skin is black. The ghetto neighborhoods, they was filled with crack. Hard to move to the other side of the tracks. We work all day, plus we paid our taxes. Still Babylon treat us like we're second class. Wanna profile us when we stepping past. And when we drive, they follow with them lights. A flashback, remembering back in the past. Escape plantation, crawl through the grass. When Babylon fall, then we all would laugh. They keep building their walls, but they all will crash. Because the people must be free. Exodus, well that's a must for me. We stay hungry, cause we on the grind. We stay hungry, cause we was born to shine. We stay hungry, we gotta use our mind to stay hungry. Ain't got time to waste time, stay hungry. When we on the move, we stay hungry. Ain't got no time.
What do you have to tell the people about Ras Tafari?
Light to the world. King of kings and the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. I like himself. Where's right for ruler? Hey yo! Yeah. Hail them high, hail the black king, born the 23rd of July. So tell them guy, who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them
Are
genocide.
you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe.
Who?
Go through tribulation, I and I strive, see sufferation, I and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, EmpressMenen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of the Lion's Voice. Welcome to the Lion's Voice, and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lions are telling our own story. Today we have a special topic. The topic is maintaining focus in the midst of chaos. And we chose this topic because of looking at world events today. We have so much happening every day. Historic, monumental shifts are occurring in all sectors, and it can become overwhelming. On top of that, we have technology, we have content, we have this, that. It can become overwhelming. So I wanted to do today's episode, particularly for my Rastafari brethren. I'm recognizing slowly that this is becoming this platform, the Lion Voice Network, is becoming a centralization hub, a leading voice throughout the globe for Rastafari brethren. In particular, we have 75% male viewership, according to the analytics, 25% female. Big up all of my sisters in them. So I want to focus on the brethren them today, because the responsibility of leadership falls on the shoulders of the brethren, the fathers, the husbands, the grandfathers of any society. That's your leadership, your warrior class. And we're not saying that sister and them cannot lead. However, the responsibility falls upon I and I. We can't look to anyone else. Every nation, kindred, and tongue, if you look, you will see the leading brethren, charting a course on the battlefield and off the battlefield for their respective culture. So we can't go around that. I am number one for female and woman's empowerment. Sister empowerment. I'm number one. We have the most Rastafari sister voices on the planet, on this platform. However, again, I always say I don't absolve the brethren of any responsibility. I can't look to my sister and them if I see that there are flaws in the family. The sister and them have to take accountability for those and fix. I have to look to myself. I have to look to I brethren and say, brethren, what are we doing? So it's in that vein, and I want to
impart this across the globe, because the brethren them that I surround myself with are brethren on the same vibration as I. You know, they are focused, they are achieving great things, they are building families, they are building institutions, they're building in their respective spheres. So I want all of I and I Rastafari Pan African brethren on that same vibration. Can you imagine if we have 10,000 ones who are on that vibration working together? There's nothing that cannot be done. You know what I mean? Every time they put up $1, that's $10,000 towards some type of project or program. You know what I mean? So, and that's part of the vision we have with this platform, is to centralize the like minds and the energy, people who really love the king, separate them from the people who, you know, just love the culture. We're okay with that. This is niche. We are here servicing the niche, and in servicing the niche, we know there's global application, because people want to see authentic, real things on this planet. That's what's winning right now. That's what's sustaining. That's what's growing. Authenticity. So we're not afraid of that. So we want to focus on focus. You know what I mean? Focus, discipline. And remember, one of the mottos of this channel is that unity does not mean uniformity. So we're not saying everyone have to be a clone. Everyone can praise His Majesty in their own way and bring out a different aspect of the excellence. But His Majesty's standard is excellent. So to frame the reasoning today, we're going to be talking about the focus in the midst of the chaos. We're going to return to one of the favorite speeches, one of the mainstays on this platform, which is the speech of His Majesty to the University College of Addis Ababa, the speech on leadership. Because we have to sort the scene for the brethren, make sure that these words soak in. We're cultivating leaders on this platform, in addition to everything else that we're doing, because it don't make sense that we're here with these powerful interviews and cultivating these things, and we can't implement them, we can't execute them. We want to see the physical manifestation of the Rastafari ecosystem, you know, cultural ecosystem. That is what we're chanting for right now. And this channel is a major part of that. If you have not, you know, already got a clue to that, you can go forward through the content and see that this channel, we plug in and we don't scratch the surface of I Network. So let me just introduce, if this is your first time watching the platform, you're seeing you're saying, who is this brethren? Colorful Ghana shirt, we represent for the continent, big up Black Stars. I am a brethren who has been trading over 20 years within the Rastafari Livity. I am an attorney, I'm an artist, you saw the intro, I don't have to go back over that. But one of the things that I have been blessed, everyone have their blessing, their calling, their superpower. My superpower is I Network. The network is vast and it's extensive. And I think that the item are getting the picture. I told the item this from the first episode. You can see the range of guests that have been on this platform. Predominantly Rastafari, some Pan-African, but from all walks of life, you know, from superstar to frontline grassroots that you've never heard before. So we have that whole full spectrum of guests. However, as I say, we want to use this platform to light that spark within our brethren in particular, to rise up, you know, and to highlight that excellence of the King Kadamawi Haile Selassie I. So we're going to go into the University College of Addis Ababa speech. We're going to go a little further down than we usually read and pull out that part. And, you know, we're going to really look at how brethren, need to maintain that order, that sense of order, that sense of drive, that sense of purpose in the midst of chaos. What's going on? I shared a video from the Joe Rogan podcast of a brethren named Mike Benz. We have different WhatsApp group. I've been sharing it in some of the WhatsApp groups. And this is an independent reporter. You know, Joe Rogan is the #1 podcast on the planet for those who are not familiar with the brethren. Millions and millions of views from each of his episodes, no matter who the guest is, you know. And he's the pinnacle. So he had this independent reporter on who was speaking about the whole revelation with USAID and vast, you know what I mean, well of knowledge, research, but basically exposing things that I and I as Rastafari have always known, have always blocked within our private reasonings, but the you know, because I think this video is one of the most historic in the last probably 10, 20 years, you know, this particular piece of media, just because it's mainstream and it's revealing, again, the level of sabotage, you know, talking about the involvement of these agencies in the downfall of, you know, from Patrice Lumumba, talking about the funding of Boko Haram, all of these terrorist groups fighting against the Sahel region, you know, all of the militia groups on the continent. These people are being funded, and it was shown USAID, one of the main culprits. Of course, you know, England has their own NGOs, but it just exposed the whole fraud of international aid and that whole system, how it's a fraud, and basically the industrialization of divide and rule. Chaos, you know, these ones have been fomenting chaos on the continent and around the world in order to profit. So these revelations are now coming out. Again, this is why I titled this video Order in the Midst of Chaos, because all of these revelations, different things, all of this chaos being revealed, it can be overwhelming just to watch, and there's a temptation to just do nothing. You're just watching, you're just consuming. And I want to snap us out of that and rise up as a people, because this is our time. Again, nothing that the brethren said in the interview was something that to any Rastafari brethren or sister they should be shocked or astounded. You know, these are things elders were saying from them time there. And, you know what I mean, we know that. So the key and what's special is, again, it becoming mainstream, the revelation, the hour. We are people of the book, you know, predominantly. Yes, you have other ones, and I celebrate the ones who don't deal with the Bible, because you need diversity in any movement, nation. Everybody can be the same thing, and those people who are on the fringe, they force and challenge and sharpen and make sure that you don't get stuck into your ways of thought. So we embrace all of those. Those are the bird eye apple, the this, the that. You know what I mean? Even in Ethiopia, and the Orthodox, the Bahatawi, not coming to sit down in a church ceremony. Them man, they deal with things their own way, their own eccentricity. So you have that within the kingdom of the Most High. So we celebrate those ones, and those ones also dig deeper into other faiths and things that we need to know and incorporate, because the Almighty rules over the entire earth, you know, which is why ones who may burn the Bible or burn things that His Majesty teach still bow down before His Majesty, because at the end of the day, Haile Selassie rules and reigns. So we're good with that. From you, Hail the King, we're good with that. You know what I mean? But that now, we don't want people to just be there and we're here and we go back and forth arguing about, you know what I mean, spirituality, religion, this, that. That's a waste of time. We want to spark people to action. As all of these revelations are coming out, what's happening is that it's creating a moment on the earth. It's breathing room. All of these industrial engines of sabotage are being defunded. Now you can feel how you want about the current administration in the United States. However, we know that they are sent here by the time and the hour. You know what I mean? So if you have on that lens, biblical lens, then these are signs and wonders that lets you know if you deal with prophecy or the prophetic thing. And this is why to I, the Bible, have so much value. If you deal with that prophetic tradition, then you're seeing the time, and it's giving you signals to move and to spring into action. So I want to make sure we're not just here saying, yeah man, Bible time and prophecy, and then you go to work and you come home and you burn your chalice and you sleep and you bubble apart and you eat and you're not really overstanding the time. His Majesty said to organize and centralize. And if you are a brethren and you're not part of an organization, you're out of order, non-partial. You know what I mean? Yes, you're a lone lion and you're sovereign and you're this and you're that and you're whatever. I overstand. But if you're not working collectively in an institution, building an institution, then you're out of order. Why do I say that? Because the individuals who are not part of an institution or organization, you're really asking that your children are going to have to come from scratch and do everything again. Even if you connect with people with like minds that think the same way you do, farm something, build something collectively. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to join this if you don't like them, how them run the program or whatever. That's fine. But build something, you know what I mean, collectively, so that now when everyone come to the table, we know 50 of them man they are rebel, but them have them organization and bank account or whatever, however them deal them we can put together and get things done. Now is a time of doing. It's a time of again, I said the revelation of the USAID. That is one part. We also have a very important conference that took place in Europe, of the European different heads of the Department of Defense. The recent appointment, Pete Hegseth, who is the Minister of Defense in America, gave a very historic speech there. America has been shaking up Europe, if you haven't been watching what's going on. And he basically said to Europe, you need to increase your spending on your military spending to 5% of GDP. And you need to prepare. We're going to focus on China, and the item need to prepare yourself. So what does that tell I? And he said they're not funding Ukraine anymore. No US troops, all of these things. But what does it say? It says that the Western world is preparing for war. They are preparing to fight the Armageddon war, whatever you want to call it. But they're preparing for war. And again, we can sit in dread and watch and every piece of news and we get nervous, or we can recognize the time for what it is. It's breathing room, it's preparation. They weren't ready. Ukraine exposed that the West was not ready for conventional war. So they are preparing, they're going forward to the drawing table. You'll probably see the closure of some US bases overseas, US pulling their troops out there, reconfiguring the alliance. We talk on this channel about World War III, the G7 against BRICS. We go forward into the old episodes. If you love the geopolitical analysis, we do it here. And I keep saying we're going to do more on Patreon because YouTube will censor you and ban you quick if you talk about certain things. So we're going to do it more behind the paywall. Because I know some of the item love that reasoning like myself. Watching the global chessboard. But again, this gives us breathing room. All of these militaries are preparing. What do? We're not going to build a Rastafari military. That's not our calling. That's not our mission. We are a cultural superpower. We are not a military superpower. And His Majesty never called I and I to be that. You know what I mean? That's what the Ethiopian the African militaries are for. You know what I mean? They are dealing with the defense aspect. And I don't have a problem if Rastafari brethren want to go on the continent and join those militaries and defend in that way, you know, the deterrence model. I don't have a problem with that. That's not I and I calling. You know, Naya Bingi is a preceptical order, according to how I and I learn it. So, you know, we fight with lightning and thunder, word, sound, and power. We're not going to go into that realms of military um, expenditure and defense. So, that being said, though, we have a role. And when we see all of these nations preparing for war, when we see the revelations, we have to know that now is the time of preparation. This is the time of the great return. Mama Africa is calling at the top of our voice. Big up to Ibrahim Traore and Ambassador Ericana. You know, her organization has, and she's a former ambassador of the AU to the United States. She's now independent, left the AU system. They had a call. They're offering Burkina Faso citizenship. The call had over 1,000 people. I tried to get on. We couldn't get on the call because it was at capacity. What does that say? Africa is calling and ones are answering the call. That wasn't 1,000 Rastafari people on the call. You can tell the item that. So black people, regular black people are now rising to the call. And this next 4 years under Donald Trump, I know we're going to see an explosion of black people returning to the continent as the administration is more overtly coming out. And because this is, you know, white nationalism, we don't have no illusion about what is being fostered. Now, you know, I'm not threatened because I think it's easier to do a deal with people who are very clear about what they represent and what they stand for than someone who pretend that you and them are brethren and they're undermining you, as we see with the USAID system. You know what I mean? Sabotaging you at every corner, but you and them are brethren. You know what I mean? I prefer be with a man who said, listen, I'm for my people. You're not really business guy them on your own. You know what I mean? But we can talk. I prefer that arrangement. So we don't have any illusion about what's happening on either side. Again, we always say two wings of the same bird. And, you know what I mean? We are here moving forward without that naivety. But we're telling the people to prepare. Culturally, we are a cultural superpower. We are wealthy, you know, in the sense that everyone loves Rastafari, whether you're Democrat, whether you're Republican, everyone loves Rastafari. Everybody have a Bob Marley playing in their home, or a, you know, a Dennis Brown or a Peter Tosh or whoever. You know, everybody have that love for Rastafari somewhere in their family. Even if somebody in their family hate, there's someone in the family who have a love. His Majesty set it that way. So we have the opportunity, you know, a unique opportunity, the global chessboard. And so it's in the midst of this landscape that I say to brethren that we have to be focused and we have to have that calm in the midst of all of this chaos and up and down and political intrigue and preparation for war and revelations and so much happening at one time, you know, to have that calm and that purpose, you know what I mean, in identifying your purpose in the midst, pursuing the purpose, having the discipline. We're going to talk about it. But before I do that, let me just read from this speech, University College of Addis Ababa, His Imperial Majesty. He says, a good leader is devoted to his work and will willingly forego even the demands of sleep to see it accomplished. This does not mean that he is impetuous. On the other hand, he maintains a balance between emotional drive and sound thinking. His labors, which sometimes appear excessive, derive from his firm realization that unless a man undertakes more than he can possibly do, he will never be able to do all he can do. It is his enthusiasm that stimulates his energy, and that's something I live by, play it ever full. Sometimes we don't accomplish everything, but at least we know we did everything that we could. You know what I mean? It wasn't through laziness. No matter what our point of departure in speaking of leadership, we reach the inescapable conclusions that the art of leadership consists in the ability to make people want to work for you when they are really under no obligation to do so. A true leader is one who realizes by faith that he is an instrument in the hands of the Almighty and dedicates himself to be a guide and inspirer of the noblest sentiments and aspirations of the people. He will kindle interest, teach, aid, correct, and inspire. Those whom he leads will cooperate with him in maintaining the discipline for the good of the group. He will instruct his followers in the goals toward which to strive and create in them a sense of mutual effort for attaining the goal. Basic aspirations. To sum up, there is no power on earth in this universe. To sum up, there is no power on earth in this university or elsewhere that can take a clerk from his desk or a mechanic from his bench and easily mold him into a leader. To develop oneself, one has to develop one's own initiative and perseverance. A man has to strive in order to grow. I'm going to leave it right there. So, I want every brethren to ask themselves right now, are you striving? Do you have initiative? Are you waiting on people to tell you if you do X, Y, Z? Do you rise in the morning with a plan? Or are you just floating and job on home, job on home? And is your job consistent with your purpose on this earth? Are you doing what you were put on this earth to do and earning revenue from it? This is what I want to ask my brethren. If the answer is no, then you have work to do. Now, before I go any further, let me just big up Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Big up yourself. Big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. We are in our 100 Lion Pride Strong campaign. We have 29 Fire Angels. We need to increase that. We're trying to hit 100 by April 1st. It's going very slowly. However, I know that the time is coming. It's not I know the Most High is sending those light minds. We're building Rastafari independent, non-aligned media. One of the ways that you can get active, that you can take action, is to become part of the Lion Pride on Patreon. This is something touchable that you can tell your children, tell your brethren and sisters that you're doing to move the movement forward, because we will be moving the needle forward here on this platform. You're going to see it. I want to big up, we just got a brand new camera, so you're going to see the quality, everything change, and that was purchased through the Lion Pride on Patreon. So the revenue that we get from our Patreon is not going just into I pocket. I do want to get to where I can pay myself so we can do this full time and travel and go to different Rastafari spaces. We do want to get there, but right now every penny is invested into making the operation better, pushing the thing forward. So brand new camera, we're gonna be in 4K coming at the item. We're just waiting on the lens to arrive. First major investment, and again, these things are coming through the Lion Pride on Patreon. We can move quicker if we have more ones giving that support. And for everyone who comes over the $10 and above free consultation, you get 14 free consultations with I. If you sign up before April 1st, you know what I mean? That offer is going to expire April 1st, and then we'll come up with something else. But if you want to get that consultation, which I charge $250 an hour for creative consultation, and I have, major clients that check me, you know what I mean? So this is an offer that has tremendous value. If you are taking action on anything in terms of building a creative ecosystem, now is the time. I share with you with the eye, and I have my people I consult with. That's how I know what camera to buy, all of these things, and we'll be sharing these things in the consultation, because everything I'm doing, I'm sharing with my Lion Pride on Patreon so that we can grow. And because the whole concept behind 100 Lion Pride Strong is to have a collective of 100 ones where we working together and we moving the needle together. You know what I mean? So all of the knowledge and wisdom, and big up everyone who has had their consultation. It's powerful because we're building, and you know what I mean. If you want to have someone like I on your team, this is a opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't want to toot I'm an own horn, but as I said, my superpower is my network, and those 100 um, people in the Patreon now have access to I, and by extension to the network. So it's a life changing opportunity. To have one on ones with someone like I. Um, but again, these are the decisions that the item have to make. When we are a channel at over 1 million people, and one of the largest platforms on the planet, don't look back on these old videos and say, "What? We could have a chance to be part of that collective there," and you know what I mean. You never take the chance. You can only blame yourself. Cause I'm here, open. I'm confident. The item know I'm very confident. The thing is going to work. It is working. It might not be on I'm on time. I've done episodes on failure. We failed to hit our goals 2 times now. So we don't have no illusion. But the opportunities here for the item to become part of this in the uprising. This is part of the historic rising of Rastafari, this platform. Trust I, because we're just in the early stages getting started. It's going to be powerful. Big up to John 9. We have an exclusive John 9 interview right now available for the Lion Pride on Patreon. First time I had a chance to reason with the sister since COVID and Tanzania, all of that. We talk about all of that, you know what I mean? Going to, her songwriting, relationships, you know what I mean? Becoming a new mother. Most transparent, exclusive interview of my sister Janine Yagasi ever, you know what I mean, because of our relationship. And these are things you can only get on this platform, where the lions tell their story, the lioness tell their story in an environment where they're comfortable.
Talk to me about New Name and how that was inspired, and the I. This is one of the greatest songs that I ever written,
This is one of the greatest songs I have ever written, truly. Okay. That song for me was an articulation of a reality that I am very cautious about speaking about, because it is a very personal journey that I went on. And a lot of it, because, the law of attraction again, when you are seeking, when the student is ready, the master or masters will appear. And we have to also remember sometimes the people that bring us certain information, it is not for us to worship them, It is for us to be open to the knowledge that is coming to us. Because even a madman on the road can carry what is necessary to you. The most I can use anyone.
So be part of the uprising. We're approaching 30,000. I'm lining up my special guest for the 30,000 episode. We're going to have the live where we invite the Lion Pride to come and reason for the 30,000 episode. So all of that is happening. You're going to start seeing a little bit more of the artists coming in. I have a lot of brethren and sisters who are artists and connections to artists. Purposely, we didn't deal with them because we didn't want to go that route there early. We wanted to build Rastafari, show Rastafari through a different lens that we were architects, scientists, different things, you know what I mean? So you might not see them, but now you're going to start to see them because we're accelerating the growth of the platform. We have goals. You know, everyone said, "But Ras, I never see a channel grow so fast in Iman head because I know the theory. You know, I thought we would even be further. You know what I mean? Particularly in the Patreon, I thought, you know, because I build things that I've always wanted to see. So I thought, you know, having that opportunity would I have 100 people fast, but it never happened. So you have to balance your expectation with the reality. But the key is initiative. I never stop. So the IDMC, we never stop. We drop content every day. So big up to the Lion Pride on Patreon. Big up to the Ubuntu Lion Pride. Definitely you can support us to get the lens for the camera faster by becoming part of the Ubuntu Lion Pride. So if you don't want to be part of the monthly energy, you can do a one-time contribution over 70. And my queen and my producer said, how do people who don't want to give over, you know, you can still give to the channel. You won't become a part of the Ubuntu. If you have $10, $5, you can give any amount. You know, Zelle or Cash App, we accept it. So I don't want to exclude anyone. If you want to do one-time contribution, whatever you have, and support until you can get up to the $70 or until you can confident and become a monthly subscriber, you can still just contribute to the channel. So that's available. Big up to the Action Lion Pride, those who watch, those who like, subscribe and share. They have been doing excellent work in spreading the channel. We're watching the shares go up every month. So big up on yourself. Big up the Watch and Peep. We've hit 50,000 views a couple of times in 28 days. So that's impressive. Right now we're about 33,000 unique viewers on the channel, which is nothing to you know what I mean, look down upon. Is a great joy and a blessing. Global family tuning in. So big up all of the Watch and Peep. Some of the peoples are starting to get vocal. We had to ban a few people from the lives, the spamming. But this is now again a sign that the channel is really coming into its own, because when you have these people who have nothing to do, but they're looking at something for attack, and they start coming in their numbers, then you know you're reaching somewhere. But it just means we have to be more vigilant in terms of moderation and making sure we keep the environment high level and a safe space for ones to reason without being attacked or name calling or just foolishness where, you know, low vibrational energy we burn it out. So big up all of those ones. This um February, I believe the 23rd at the Bob Marley Beach Harambe Hall, is coming up. Make sure you support. Rastafari Mansion and organizations are coming together. Monthly events to highlight Rastafari culture. This one we're having a fashion show. Big up Empress Samantha. We're gonna interview her, Ras Zulu. We're gonna have a Harambe Hall special for Lion Talk Live this Wednesday. So make sure you tune in to see what's going on with that. And again, just remember that we are here building Rastafari independent, non-aligned media, and it's more important than ever that we have our own voice in the midst of the chaos that is unfolding on the planet. So support us to grow. We want to get to where we can have correspondence in different areas that we are paying, that are sending in footage that we can go visit, do mini documentaries on different areas. It's important as we centralize the movement. And I'm going to be making some trips this year. That's why we got the new camera. Yes, we give thanks for the phone has been doing so excellent, and the item I've seen the quality with these smartphones. There's really no excuse for you not capturing content. But now we reach a stage where we're stepping up the thing. So support the thing as we evolve, as we grow, as we become what we are destined to become. You know what I mean? A world class. We want to be able to stand before any media outfit on the planet, any multimedia entertainment or content, and be able to size up as Rastafari, a source of pride. You can make a youth them watch it. You know, having Saturday morning cartoon and them thing like we used to have, but cartoon about His Majesty birth or Battle of Ottawa or you know what I mean, yeah, Santo or something. These are the things that we vision for this platform, Rastafari, independent, non-aligned media. So, become a part of the movement. Big up Ras LIDJ, Ramia King Design. You don't know. We have the signed copies of Haile Selassie's Ethiopia. We just get a shipment. So we have the books here. Send out your signed copies. Big up those who have gotten their signed copies. I want to hear forward from the item when you read the book, how you feel about it. Big up Wally King's graphics and CMAS Life, Ras Wooley, Phil Potts doing exceptional work in terms of the graphic design. And you see the Harambe Hall flyer, that is the Brethren work. Many other works, you know what I mean, all of the art, branding, visuals coming from the Brethren, the IG coming from the Brethren. So, you know what I mean, powerful work. We really give thanks. Um, big up everyone who is playing their role. We are going to, again, just move forward into the topic, which is focus in the midst of the chaos. So for the brethren, I want to give them three things um, to really focus and meditate on in the midst of everything what's happening. Number one, working on your discipline, mind, body, and soul. So discipline in terms of exercise, getting up early, putting in those workouts. Let's put an end to big bellies in the 2025. You know what I mean? Um, Put in that work, my brothers and sisters. You're gonna need it on the battlefield. You're gonna need to be strong and healthy to do the work, to stay up sometimes, to make sure you're okay. Um, Let us put in the work. So discipline in terms of putting together some type of exercise regime. That's a stress relief, particularly for brethren. We have brethren who are suffering quietly from depression, quietly from mental health issues. It's different for us as brethren. We can't always come to Sistren and unload on the item because it's heavy. And we can't unload that heaviness on a Sistren. And if you continue to do that repeatedly, it's a turn off, you know what I mean? Sistren say, yeah man, rest, don't listen to the Sistren them. I love the item, but the item, it wasn't made for that. So, exercise, you know what I mean? I also advocate therapy and them thing there if you need it, depending on what level of trauma. Sometimes seeing a professional where you can just talk it out, word sound, deal with it. It's not even so much for them to give you the solution, but just having a professional that can listen, ask questions, help bring things out to you. So I advocate that. But exercise in terms of the mental health is crucial. If you're not exercising, moving up, shaking up, getting the circulation, you're more prone to be depressed, stagnant thinking, not implementing, not finishing things. Push yourself to exercise. So that's one. That's the goodie. Then you have the mind, reading. Make sure you're reading. I'm the reading ras. But even I self, you catch yourself just reading on the internet, not reading the physical books. I start go back into my physical books then and getting my eyes checked again, make sure that I them tune up and reading, you know what I mean? Just like when you first came in the movement, you read this book, that book, you're hungry. Get forward into that discipline, build your intellect right now. It's very important. And then third, spiritually, fast and pray. I fast every Monday after the strong end. I don't eat from Sunday night, then I'll eat again Tuesday morning at about 10. So more than 24-hour fast. just coconut water, you know what I mean? And I do my oil of oregano, and them thing then just cleanse and, just try hold a irie, meditation, fast and pray. And very crucial. Why? Because spiritual time, you don't want to make a move on the chessboard and that is it. You know what I mean? I was driving the other day and a dog ran out in the road, hit the car. Give thanks I wasn't driving fast because they are all a meditation. DC, you can't drive over the speed limit because speed cameras everywhere. So I disciplined myself driving slow. So I saw the dog running toward the car. So I slowed down, but he just jumped out in the road. Boom! Like a pit bull puppy. But him get up and run off. But why I say that? Because of the fasting and praying. Because of the calmness. You know what I mean? We're able to go through a situation and if I was charged up and speeding through the place, maybe the dog dead. And you don't want to be in that frequency when death and them things that start happening around you. These are signs and wonders to let you know that thing. So even that, they take it as a warning spiritually to know say something. You know what I mean? Why the dog run out in front of Iman car? That never. So all them things there, we check them things there and we balance and we use it for adjust. When you're living a spiritual life, everything that happens, because those who are spiritual know when you're on the King's Highway, every door open, everything does fall into place. So anytime there's a little shift in that vibrational, we go forward and hold the discipline stronger and these things. And you have to do that because you don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time in this Armageddon. Terrorist attack, this, that, anything can happen at any time. So it's important to stay on that King's Highway. So that discipline, mind, goody, and soul, exercise the goody, strengthen the goody, weight training, pull-ups, them thing, the push-ups, you know what I mean? Hang in and pull up your knees to your chest, keep your goody, Haile. Also, then we have the reading, building your intellect, reasoning, watching platforms like the Lion Voice Network, listen to other reasoning, sharpen your sword, and then you have soul fast and pray. Choose a day and fast, clear out, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give some TMI, but even after the fast, you're still gonna go to the bathroom. Why? Because you're clearing out the system, the body when it has time to rest, it cleanses out everything, and that's gonna add to your longevity, your clarity. Some of us have foggy brain and we not deal with it properly. So those are the three things when it come on to discipline. And then with that discipline now, identifying your purpose, play your role. Don't go into this lane or that lane. We can't do everything. Know when to say no and when to say yes. Play your role. Lean into the things that you're passionate about, that you're good at, and become proficient and highly skilled and capable in those things. That's your purpose. Lean into your purpose right now. The purpose will help to keep you out of trouble. You know what I mean? If you're a gallus out the road, that can't be a purpose because you might gal, and then in the wrong place at the wrong time, you lose your life. You know what I mean? You get a STD. Yeah, now you have to waste your time to go get drops and this and that and cream and all them things the way. You're never supposed to over there lean into your purpose. You know what I mean? As a brethren. Um, that's number two. You know what I mean? This is remember I'm giving you the framework for navigate this time of chaos and make sure that in the midst of the chaos you calm. This is Rastafari to the max. We see him at all hours of his life, calm, collected, moving forward, pressing forward. And that brings us to the third thing, which is execution. Start something, try to finish it. Consistency beats perfection every day of the week. But the main thing I keep saying to the brethren, start. You're waiting for the perfect time to start this. I'm going to do this when I get this, that. I didn't wait till I got the proper professional camera to start creating content and to build a channel. And give thanks, the channel's at the point now where it's generating revenue every month. You know what I mean? We meet the minimum threshold for YouTube, and we're generating revenue. So we give thanks for that. In addition to the Patreon, we're able to sustain all of the costs associated with the platform. But we didn't wait until we had that capital to start the platform. We just start and we build, because you're going to get better as you do the work. And I said, if you go to the earlier videos, I said, I'm not putting $1 out of my pocket into this platform. I'm going to let the platform pay for itself, and it's doing it now. So, family, if you take anything from this video, start today. Whatever it is that is your passion that you've been thinking about, start. Use the resources around you and start. It'll get better as you put the time and the effort into that thing. So, how in the sound, family? Go into the comments and let us know what it is that you are doing to maintain your focus and calm in this time of chaos. How you are manifesting your Rastafari chad. The time is now, and we are the generation of them that seek the Most High face, and we will be victory confident. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion's Voice.
Lion voice.
Put it out for the youth. Yeah. Free higher gift. Freedom. Focus. Preparation. Determination. Yeah. That's the key to redemption. Haile Selassie, I'm a Gideon. Hey yo, this is for the people who stay in court with either criminal cases or child support. It's either entertainment or go play sports. That's the choice that them give you when your skin is black. The ghetto neighborhoods, they was filled with crack. Hard to move to the other side of the tracks. We work all day, plus we paid our taxes. Still Babylon treat us like we're second class. Wanna profile us when we stepping past. And when we drive, they follow with them lights. A flashback, remembering back in the past. Escape plantation, crawl through the grass. When Babylon fall, then we all would laugh. They keep building their walls, but they all will crash. Because the people must be free. Exodus, well that's a must for me. We stay hungry, cause we on the grind. We stay hungry, cause we was born to shine. We stay hungry, we gotta use our mind to stay hungry. Ain't got time to waste time, stay hungry. When we on the move, we stay hungry. Ain't got no time to lose, we stay hungry. We got our minds to use, we stay hungry. Tell them knowledge is your phone. Yo, this is for my people who stay at work all day. Say them gotta work for them pay. Sometimes it hurt, but them still find a way to make ends meet. Sometimes they gotta pray. Some slave in them jobs to them old and grey. I'd rather live like an angel, fly away. Some say that they wanna be a thug, they just wanna be respected. No love, that's why they stray. Some drunk off a Hennessy and Alizé. Some just punks, I can spot them a mile away. Cause their style is wild, but mine civilized, cause it's coming from the banks of the Nile. Tell Babylon release the juvenile so the youths can see what them want to achieve. Proper education, that's what we need. Tell the youths that it's better to know than to believe. We stay hungry, when we on the grind. We stay hungry, cause we was born to shine. We stay hungry, we gotta use our minds. We stay hungry, ain't got time to waste time. We stay hungry, when we on the move. We stay hungry, ain't got no time to lose. We stay hungry, I got our minds to use. We stay hungry, tell them knowledge is our food. Hey yo, knowing is half the battle, and you can't even ask G.I. Joe just how it go. If you exercise your mind will grow. Gotta be like a chef, learn to rise your dough. Cause nothing in life's for free, plus I learn nothing good ever come easy. So when I'm hungry, I turn only to the Almighty, might of the Trinity. Now see how we gain tranquility with humility, overcome all of our enemies. Mystery Babylon, no longer a memory. King Rastafari provide the energy. Tell them that love is a remedy. I come fi tell them that love is a remedy. I come fi tell them that love is a remedy.